Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last practice test we're going to take a look at before we get to our Keystone on Monday. So, here we go. Write a function rule that gives the total cost C of P of pounds of sugar if each pound costs 0.59. So, C of P is your total cost. Alright, so obviously all of them are C of P. But if you're trying to figure out how much it costs, if it's 59 cents per pound, it would be 59 cents times the pounds of sugar you have. You wouldn't add them or divide them, so right away you can cross off C and B. Alright, now you're down to these two. Now this one represents $59, this one represents 59 cents. Okay, so how do I know that? Just check out the initial problem. The answer would be D. Okay, what is the value of 5 root 3 minus root 75? I can't break down root 3, but I can break this down. Root 25 times root 3, so that would be 5 root 3. Okay, so 5 root 3 minus 5 root 3 is 0. Your answer is A. You can, if you would like, to take the calculator. Do 5 root 3 minus root 75, which will give you 0 as well. Okay, and if it gave you a decimal, you would just plug in the answer to see which one works. Number 3, what's the solution to the two algebraic equations below? You can, right, so for here, different ways you could do this. I would set up a system. Negative 24. Okay. And then I would try to, you could do elimination, you could do whatever you like. However, if you want, you could plug in the answers as well and see which ones work. What I mean by that is, take a look at answer A. Answer A is 7 and negative 2. This is your X, this is your Y. So look at the first equation. 3 times 7 minus 2 times negative 2. If I hit enter, I should get 25. I do. So now let's check out the second equation. Negative 2 times 7 plus 5 times negative 2. If I hit enter, I should get negative 24. I do get it. Oh, I was lucky. If you did something like this one down here, take a look for 3x. 3 times 17 minus 2 times 2, and I hit enter, I get 47, which is not 25, so I can mark that wrong. Okay, so the answer is A there. Alright, what is the correct way to factor the polynomial x squared minus 16? You can do your x, negative 16 up top, 0 down low, because I don't have an x in the middle. What numbers multiply to give you negative 16 but add to 0? Positive 4, negative 4. So when I do this, okay, we're looking good. But you could, if you really wanted to, like try to FOIL everything out and see which one works. That works as well. And then you can go back to the original. Ashley is pricing shirts using the function P of W equals 1.72W plus 1.8. What price P should she put on a shirt having a wholesale cost of W of 6.5? That means you're plugging 6.5 in for W. Okay. And if we do that, we can get our answer. Alright guys, so once you have this set up, you can take your calculator. We could just do 1.72 times 6.5 plus 1.8. 12.98. Look at your answers. There's C. Got it. Alright? Moving on to the back. So, Melissa has $790 in savings, and she wants to purchase a new computer for $1,750. She plans to add $20 each week to her savings. How many weeks will Melissa need to add to her savings before she can purchase a new computer? The total cost is $1,750. She already has $790. So if I subtract that, $960. That means she needs $960 more to get her computer. Every week she saves 20 bucks. If I do 960 divided by 20, we end up getting 48. So there you go. Okay, you can work backwards there a little bit too, but it's pretty simple if you just think about it. Like, just read the problem, understand what they're asking, and you'll be perfectly fine. A battery hits a ball directly upward with an initial velocity of 96 feet per second. The equation h of t equals vt minus 16t squared represents the vertical motion that is only affected by gravity. The height the ball travels is represented by h. The initial velocity is v, and t is the time. How high is the ball after t seconds, or 3 seconds? So we can say h of t equals, my v is 96. Okay? But then, if you look at your equation, all I'm going to do is everywhere I see a t, replace it with 3. So 96 times 3. Okay? And it's just calculator work. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just helping out Chromebook charger. And Henry's now on my video. Thanks, Henry. Okay, so you're on my video. Am I ready? Yeah, do it right now. Hey. All right, so we got 96 times 3 minus 16 times 3 squared. And we get 144. Okay, so 144 feet is what we're looking at. All right, read the directions, see what the numbers are. My best bet is read your numbers in here. Okay, and then just substitute things in. It'll help out. Use the law of exponents to evaluate quantity 1 over x raised to the minus n power when x equals 7 and equals 2. I'm just using calculator. So it's 1 over 7 raised to negative 2 power. Okay, 49. So it's just straight up putting stuff in the calculator. We get 49, we're good. What property is illustrated by the statement below? 7 plus 4 plus 4 equals 7 plus 4 plus 4. But the parentheses being moved around. You are associating different numbers. Okay? This is just your associative property. Commutative is when you do something like this. 3 plus 4 equals 4 plus 3. Commutative is when you switch. Okay? And this one would be addition. Commutative property of multiplication would be 3 times 4 equals 4 times 3. You can move around the multiplication. The only thing that changes is the multiplication or addition. All right, last part here. Georgia is purchasing treats for her classmates. Georgia can spend $10 to purchase 25 fruit bars, each equal in price. Georgia can also spend exactly $10 to purchase 40 granola bars, each equal in price. Write an equation that can be used to find all combination of fruit bars, which are X, and granola bars that are Y, that will cost exactly $10. Well, first you got to figure out what the cost of what a fruit bar is and what a granola bar. Okay, so what I can do here is I can say 25 or $10 divided by 25. Okay, if I want to find the fruit bar price. So 10 divided by 25 gives me 0.4, which means 40 cents per granola bar, or fruit bar rather. Okay, now if I do the same thing over here, I could do 40 or 10 divided by 40. We're looking at 0.25. That means it's 25 cents per granola bar. So how can I use that? Fruit bars are X, 0.40X plus granola bars are 25 cents, 0.25 equals $10 total. Okay, oops, that's supposed to be Y right there. So there's our equation, 0.40X plus 0.25Y equals 10. Okay. Now, if we're looking down here, okay, what can we do? Well, we are going to be solving for y using this equation. So if I subtract the 0.40x over, I get 0.25y equals negative 0.40x plus 10. I can divide everything by 0.25. I'm just using a calculator. So, right here, if I take a look, what we got here, it's negative 0.4, okay, divided by 0.25, which gives me negative 1.6x, and then 10 divided by 0.25 gives me 40, so plus 40. So here's my equation. I'm going to start at 40. Okay? And my slope is negative 1.6. Now obviously I want to get this exact as possible. Okay? So I have my y-intercept. That's good. I want to find out what my x-intercept is now, which is when y equals 0. So if I let y equal 0, let's see what happens here. So here equals negative 1.6x plus 40. I can subtract 40 over. If I divide 40 by negative 1.6, I get x equals negative 25. Actually, it's negative 40, my bad. Positive 25. Okay, so it means down here, I can get 25 fruit bars. Okay, so here's 2 points on the line if you want to connect them. There we go. These are called your y-intercept and your x-intercept respectively, where it's the x-axis, where it's the y-axis. Alright, on to the back. What is the slope of the line graphed in part B? So if we go back to where we were at, slope is what's in front of your x, always. So in this problem, it's negative 1.6. The slope is negative 1.6. Make sure you guys are comfortable with this, mx plus b. This is your slope. This is your y-intercept. Okay? Because they're going to ask you to identify it. We've hit that so many times in class. There's a reason for that. Explain what the slope from part C means in the context of Georgia purchasing treats. So, for every one more fruit bar she purchases, she has to lose 1.6 granola bars. Okay, because there has to be like a give and take. If you're going to buy more fruit bars, you have to take away some of the quantities of the granola bars you had. Okay, that's all it means. All right, so it's the relationship between the number of bars you can buy of each. That's basically all slope is. Okay, it's a give and take. Now it's negative also because the more you buy of the one, the more you take away from the other, which only makes sense. You're not going to add both because you only have a given amount of money you could possibly buy. But the more you can write here and the more work you can show, the better you're going to make yourself look on this test. Okay? So, hopefully this helps a little bit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And as always, keep the good work and good luck. We're all counting on you.